Hello everyone, very good morning. Let's start the session. Okay, yes. In the last session, what we have done, just we saw that. So how to load the data by using user interface by using Snowflake, right? So just completely. So we have done so by using user interface only. Let me log into our account. This is our account which we created. Come to this. Username is Snowflake 8. Then password. Right, so what we have done in this previous session, so when we are trying to load the data, we have implemented like created a database, and then within the database we have created a table by using this create table option, by using this option, and then after that, so we have loaded the data by using a load table option, right? So these are the things what we have done now. So let's say, so how when you are clicking on load table option, this one, so what is happening here? So when you are implementing this particular thing, so we have loaded the data, but there is a restriction. If your file is greater than 100 MB file, 100 MB, then this particular UI option is not going to work. In that case, then what is the option for us is, so we have to load the data by using command line interface, or we will call it as a Snow SQL. So why we need to go to this command line interface? So only because of when you are executing a put command, it won't work. In our GUI, put command will not work. That is the main reason for that. Now, so when you are loading any data into the table, what it will do is first it will load the data. For example, file. If you have a data in a file, if you want to load the data into the table, you need to load it into first stage area. From the stage, we are going to load the data to the table. This is the process. So first we need to load the data from file to stage, then stage to the table. This is the process what we have to implement it. Okay. So now let's come to this one. So file to stage, stage to table. When you are loading the data from file to stage, so then so what we have to implement it. So we have to use like a put command to load the file into the stage area. Now when you are loading the data from the put command file to stage, we cannot implement that put command by using this user interface. We will see that. Now let's say when you are implementing the stages here, when you are loading the file to the stage, we have three types of stages in Snowflake. Those are user, stage, and then table, table, stage, and then named stage. These are the three stages which is available. Now coming to this particular thing, when you observe this, let me come to this. The stage areas, observe this one. This is related to table stage. This is related to user stage. This is named stage. When you come to that user stage, it is representing with @ symbol. User stage representing with @ table stage @ table name, @% table name, and named stage @stage name. But when it is coming to the stages, user stage, table stage, automatically it will be created. Automatically it will be created. So it will not, so no need to create separately. No need to create separately. Automatically it will be created. Now when you come to this, so let's say, for example, here user means, if you observe it here, Snowflake 8 is the user. Snowflake 8 is the user. And so this is user. And then when it is coming to the table, This is a table. User will be, when the user is available, user stage will be there. You can see that list at the red tilt. This is a user stage area. And when the table is available, when you created a table, table stage will be there. Table stage you are representing with at the rate percentage. These two by default it will be available. So when you have a user, when you have a table, by default it will be there. Now, so coming to this, so if you want to load any data into any table, let's take this example. So here we have a CSV files. These are the three CSV files. Now our intention is we need to load these three files into our the Snowflake tables. Snowflake table will create a table here. To load that, we will use put file option, and then we will see that how we can able to implement it. Now one thing, the what is, so why we have three stages here: user stage, table stage, and the named stage. At this moment, the stage is, let's understand, stage is, it's a temporary area where we are going to keep our files for processing and cleansing activities. Going forward, we will see that, so how to work with all those things. Now let's concentrate on this session. Let's concentrate on user stage. So there is a difference between each and every stage when you are using, and specific situations we will use that. Now when it is coming to the user stage, this is restricted to other users. It means one user stage area, one user stage area file, whatever the file you are going to keep it in this particular user stage, it will not be accessed by other users. Other users in a within one account. This is a account, right? Let's assume that this is one project account. Within this project, we are all team members. We are all working within the project. Every person will have username, right? Every person will have the username and password. This is nothing but a user within one account. Every user will have user stage area. For example, with my user, now like I logged in with Snowflake 8 user. With my user, I kept some files into the stage area. Other users, they cannot able to see the files. It means they cannot able to access the files. They won't have any rights. Let's say if any confidential files I am processing, so then I don't want to show these files. I don't want to give the access to these files to any other persons in the within the project. Then I can go with a user stage area. That is the main intention behind user stage. By default, it will be created automatically. We can use this for internal stages. We can say that it's a internal stage also. Now let's come to this. Now our requirement is, we have this file. We need to load this particular file by using this particular the put option, by using that like a stages, user stage. When you are loading that, now we will, what is the process will be. Now let's observe this. First we will create a table structure, then we will load the file into the stage, then we are going to use copy the data from stage to the table. What is the first approach will be, file to stage. This is the thing, file to stage. Before that, we need to create a table, file to stage, then second will be stage to the table, stage to table. To do that, so first let's create a table. We can create a table structure. So based on this particular file, whatever the file we are trying to process, this is the file which we want to load. This is a CSV file. If you want to load this particular file, we need a table structure in our Snowflake, right? So we can able to create a table structure by using this. Come to the database, and then you can come to create table option. Here you can able to create a table structure. This is a one option, right? Another option will be, now let's come to, so the worksheet directly you can give the command like create table command. Let's observe this. create table, create or replace table, table name. If already it is connected to this particular worksheet, if it is connected to database and then schema, no need to give this one. Otherwise, so then, so we have to like implement create or replace table, and then table name, we have a column names and data types. Now just we are creating a table. I'm giving the table name as emp underscore user. So due to time constraint, just I am, instead of writing, just I am copying, pasting, and from this particular like a script which I am giving for you for the practice purpose. But when you are practicing, sincere request guys, please type it. Please type. So then you will get a hands-on. So create or replace table, table name, column names, and data type. Now we created a table. When you create a table, this is underscore user because I have given the table name as, because so we can easily identify that this particular table we created to implement user stage, to implement user stage. Now let's observe this, created a table. Now the table is available. Now what we need to do, so we need to load the file, this particular file. So just a minute, this particular file, whatever the file it is available, we need to load it into the stage area. We need to load this particular file into stage area. For that, what you need to do is you need to use a put command. You need to use put command. Let's come to this here. Now put file, this is the command what we have to use. Put file, and then this is the path, this is the path. After that, we are going to load it into this particular thing, right? So when you observe this, so let's come to this. So here, this is the path. From the path, you need to pick the file, and then you need to load it into this representing stage area, user stage. At the rate tilt means it is a user stage area, right? So when you are implementing this, just a minute, guys. Okay. So put file, this is the path, this is the syntax to like copy the file into the stage area. Now the path where the file is available, this is the file. If you want to pick the path, what you can do is just click on that. Let's click on that particular, just a minute. Select the file and right click, shift and then right click. So when you will get copy as a path, you will get copy as a path. Now come here, this is the path. Now let's paste the path here where you are going to keep the files in your system, right? The same path you need to pick. And when you are creating a folder, so most of the time, so guys are creating like this, but don't do like this. For example, it will not pick the path. For example, if you observe it here, let me show you something. If I create a folder, we'll give the folder name as, for example, snowflake space files. If you give like this, right, it will not work. It should not be any spaces when you are creating a folders. So it will not take it properly. When you are taking this as a path, it will not take it properly. For example, let me create a file here. This is a file. If I pick a path, now observe this, copy as a path, how it will come is, observe, see this one, a space, see this, right? Here we have a space, right? If you have a space in a path, it won't work. So what you need to do is make sure that, so when you are creating a folders, when you are keeping the files in a folders, you have to keep it in a, so if you want, you can able to like implement, for example, you can give underscore if you want to differentiate. underscore, you can give underscore, then it will work. But if you give the spaces, path will not work properly. Okay, that's one thing, just remember. Now, so coming to this, so what we are doing, so this particular path we have given, put this particular file, pick the file from this particular path, and then put this file into this particular stage area. That's the meaning of this command. Now, most importantly, now observe this, what is happening here. When I try to run this put command will not execute in user interface. Now observe this one, user interface. Put command is not supported. It will not supported in user interface. UI means user interface where we are working. Then what is the solution for this? The solution is, what you need to do is you need to work with CLI or Snow SQL. To work with Snow SQL or Snow CLI, just observe this. It's a only to execute put and get commands. When it is coming to that, come to help. If you want to work with CLI, come to the help, click on download. When you click on download, you will get a option called, see this, CLI client, command line interface. That is nothing but call it as a Snow SQL. Snow SQL. And then click on Snowflake repository, and again click on this and come to this one, those, and you can click on any one of this option. You can click on it, download. After that, just click on like next. That's it. It will be installed in your system. Just what you need to do is just come to, already it's installed in my system, so you can click on any one of the particular like version, it will work. You can go for the any latest one. So by using the, by seeing the date, you can able to implement it. So what you need to do is just when you click on this, it will be downloaded. Let me show you. See this one, when I click on this, anything, see this, it's downloaded, right? So once it is downloaded, when I click on again on this particular thing, it will be installed. It will be installed. So just, so no need of any configurations, just like click on next, that's it. It will be installed into our system. Once it is installed, if you want to connect it to Snowflake by using command line interface, you need CLI client. This one we have downloaded and we have installed this CLI client. After that, so come to, if you want to connect, just observe this, what you need to do. Come to the command prompt, CMD, command prompt. Here, what you have to do is, if you want to connect it to Snowflake, just type Snow SQL space minus A. Minus A means account. Minus A means account. Snow SQL space minus A. Again space. The account details will be from here to here. Now observe this one, from here to here. Just copy it from here. Copy, and then this one. Just give it. Now just let me copy one more time. Copy it. Will give you here. So what exactly you need to type? Snow SQL space minus A space, this is the account details. Don't copy it from HTTPS, just copy it from the account name and then account ID, and then after that the region up to till here. That's it. Now when you given this, don't give semicolon, just hit enter. Just hit enter. So once it is installed, observe this one, you are trying to connect it to Snow SQL for this particular account. When you are trying to log in by using this particular account, we have to give the username and password, right? We have to give the username and password. The same way, here also it is asking username. Username is Snowflake. This is the username. And the password, when I enter, it will ask you the password. When we are typing password, it will not show anything whether we are typing or not. It will not show anything. There is a no movement in the cursor. Okay, don't worry about that. Just type your password and then just enter. Now observe this, it's connected to Snowflake 8 user, and so compute warehouse. Now observe here also, when you connected to by using web UI, this is a user interface we have connected through Snowflake, connected to Snowflake. The same thing, so we are trying to connect to Snowflake by using command line interface. So what is the intention behind this? Just to execute this command, that's it. Other than this, everything work here in your user interface. Whatever the things will work here, everything will work here. Only the thing is, in user interface you will have a shortcuts, but here you need to write everything by using a SQL commands. Now here, see this, no database, no schema. It means when you connect to any new worksheet, see this one, not database is not selected, schema is not selected, right? But user is available, warehouse is available by default. Same thing here also. See this one, user is available, user, we connected with the user, so it's connected to default to the compute warehouse for the computation. But there is no database connected, there is no schema connected. If you want to connect it here, the database and schema, what we will do, we will select it, right? Manually we will select the database and we will select the schema. The same way here, what we need to do is, if you want to select the database, use, it will give you suggestions. Use database, observe this one, and then database name. Use database name. Just enter. Now it's connected to class database by default to the public schema, right? Same way how we are connecting here, right? Connected to the class database and then public. Now it's connected, right? The same way, so we are doing here also. We connected to this. If you want to see anything here, just click on, just a type show. You can see that show databases, show columns, and show tables, whatever it may be. Show, for example, it will give you a suggestion, right? When you are typing something. So it will give you the what all the databases it is available: class database, Snowflake database, Snowflake sample database, right? If you want to see the tables, show tables. See this one, show tables. It will give you the table name, EMP table, EMP user table, right? These are it is. If you want to see the data in the table, now what we will do is select star from what is the table name here. This is the table name. Now observe this one. You can able to see the data. Again, if you want to see that data in the table, select star from EMP, another table, right? See this? Sorry, spelling mistake. You can able to see the data. Here what we are doing in the CLI, everything we are writing by using a SQL statements, right? But here what is happening here? So in the UI, everything we have a shortcuts. Most of the thing we have a shortcuts here, but here we don't have shortcuts. We need to write it by using commands. The and so one thing, when it is coming to this one, so we when you try to execute this, what it has done, what it has given, it is telling that user interface will not support, right? So by using, so this particular thing, user interface will not support when you are executing a put command, right? Let's copy this same thing, we will try to implement it in here. Observe this, put file, we are picking the file from this particular path and then keeping that in this particular uh, user stage area. Now if you check the list at the rate tilt symbol, this is user stage area, list at the rate tilt. Now if you observe, see this, we have related to only worksheets. We have, this is related to worksheet. We don't have anything here, right? We don't have any files here. This is related to worksheets. This is not the files, right? The worksheets, whatever we are opening here, it is showing the worksheets related information, but we don't have any file here, right? What is our requirement? We need to keep the file into the stage area first, that into user stage. After that, from the stage we need to load the data to the table. For that, So we are trying to execute it here. See this, put file, and then we are trying to execute. Just when I hit, just observe this, when I hit enter after this, observe the file, source file uploaded into target in the form of zipped file .zz. It means it will compress the file and then it is going to load it into the stage area. Observe the status, uploaded. Status is uploaded. Now the target compression is zip file. Now when you observe list at the rate tilt at the rate tilt, observe this one. What you observed here, this is .zz. This is file name, and then so you can able to see when the file has been loaded, last modified date, and then at the same time we can able to see md5 function here. Observe this one. This is the name and then size and then the md5 function, and then so we will see that what is the purpose of md5 function, and then we can see that when the file has been loaded into this particular stage area. This is user stage area. Now our file is available in this stage. Whatever the file you are trying to load, this particular file, it's available in the stage. What is the next process? Next, so from the file, so stage it's available. From here, we need to use a copy command. Copy the data from stage to the table. For that, you need to implement a copy command. Just concentrate on only these 3 lines. Later, we will discuss about these things. Now, to implement that, copy into the table. Now, observe this, what exactly we are giving. Now, the file is available in the stage. Copy into what is the table name? emp underscore user. This is the table name, emp underscore user. And from at the rate tilt, this is a user stage area. This is user stage area at the rate tilt. Now, from this particular user stage, we are picking the file and then we are loading into this particular table. When you are loading into this, so in the last session, if you observe, we created a file format, right? When you create a file format, we have given it's a CSV file, skip header, and all those options, right? Same thing. See this is the syntax file format. Like we are giving that type equal to CSV file, and then skip header equal to one, field optional enclosed by double quote. This is the default thing. Now, when you run this, observe this, what exactly it is happening. It is going to pick the file from this particular stage, user stage, and then it will try to load the data. Now, at this moment, the file is available in the user stage area. Let me show you. The file is available in the user stage area, but it is not available in the table, right? If refresh it, see this. So we didn't loaded any data to this. The file just available in the stage area. Then what we need to do? Again, from the stage, we need to, by using a copy command, from this stage, you need to pick, and then you are going to load it into this particular table. That is the process. Now let's run this one. Just observe this. What happened? Worksheets you can ignore. This is just a like it will tell. So without, so we don't have any things here, any so files here. So this is not a file, this is related to worksheet. That's why if you observe, all are 0 0 here. Now observe the like file employee1.csv is zero. This is the file. Observe that rows loaded, rows parsed, and then rows loaded. You can see that 4. Right now, if you check the data here, see this user stage, the data has been loaded to emp underscore user table. What we have done for this, so we have created a table structure and then we have executed a put command. So this put command, it will not work in user interface. So to execute that put command, we have like connected to CLI, and then here we have executed a put command. And after that, we have included a copy command. This is the approach for every process. When you are loading the data into Snowflake tables, This is the approach. There is no change. Table structure need to be created. After that, file need to be uploaded into the stage area. So when you are working with, this is like a user stage. So only here it will change based on the stages. If it is a table stage, we will use a table stage area here. If it is a named stage, we will use a named stage here. That's it. Remaining everything is a same process. So put file and then path, and then we are going to use a copy command, copy into the table from the stage area. Now, why you are using the main intention behind why you are why exactly we are using a user stage here? There is a it is restricted to other users. It means whatever the file we are keeping here, you can able to see that, right? You can able to see that by using this user stage. See this is a user. Snowflake 8 is the user. So we can able to see the files here. If other user try to like access this particular file, it will not be accessed by other users. Now let's observe this. For this particular to see that this particular example, I will create another user here. Going forward, again we will try to create a different users and then roles, and that particular session also we will discuss how to create a users and then roles. Now for this particular purpose, if you want to create a user, come to the account, just come to the account. You have a user tab here, user, click on the user, and you have an option for create user. I created a user. I'm trying to create a user. I'm trying to create username as test, and then I am giving some password here. Again password. I don't want to change the password when it is coming to the login. The login name also I will use it as a test. The next warehouse. We are creating a new user here. That's it. The role you can give it a account admin. And when I click on finish, this user is created. See this new user is created here. New user created. Now, when the new user is created, let me try to log into the new user. I am like logging out with the Snowflake 8 user. Now observe this. Now I am trying to log in with new user test, same account, different user test, and then password, and then try to log in. Observe this. Come to the console. Now observe the user test, right? And if I try to connect it to this particular account, I can able to see the data here in the table, right? We can able to access, and then I can able to access this particular table data also, right? I can able to see the data, and then I can have access to all these databases, and then I can do everything. But now if I observe list at the rate tilt symbol, see this one. This is related to worksheets. This is related to the worksheets, which it is by default it is available, but there is no file. Whatever the file we are seeing previously, that file, it is not available for this particular user. Test user, we cannot able to see that files. It means we have a restriction here. We cannot able to implement, we can able to access that particular file here. For example, if you observe here, so this one, this is connected to Snowflake 8 user, right? Here, if you observe, still the file is available at the rate tilt, you can able to see the file. See this one, still the file is available here. You can able to see the file. But so if you observe this here with this another user, it is not available. This is in user interface. If you check it in CLI also, command line interface, let me come out from this. If you want to come out from this particular account, just so quit, use quit like this, quit. And then again, let's try to connect the other user, Snowflake, Snow SQL space -a space account details. Come to the account details from here to here, here, and then right click. Just enter. It will ask you the username and password again. When it is asking the username, I will give the test user. I will give test, then password. Now it's connected. So the user test, and then connected to warehouse, and then no database, no schema. Use database, database name. Now it's connected to database. Now if we observe show tables, you can able to see everything here. See this tables is available. We can see the data also by using this user. Select star from EMP, you can able to see the data. But if you observe the stage area list at the rate tilt, see this one. Can we able to see the files which we kept the file by using the Snowflake 8 user? No, right? We don't have access to that. We don't have access to that. So now that is the main intention behind using user stage area. So when you have any restricted files, so we need to process. So if you don't want to give access to the files to other users, then we can use user stage area. Now, whatever the file we are keeping in a stage area, it will be available 14 days. After 14 days, automatically it will be removed from the stage area if you won't remove it. But the best practices is, once the file is loaded into the table, if you think that this particular file again, so we won't required, then we can remove that from the stage. That's why here, when you are using this particular thing, user interface option, when you loaded, we have a purge command. Purge equal to true means what it will do is automatically it will remove the file from the stage area after loading the data to the table. That is purge, the execution. Purge, going forward we will see that. So but if you don't use this purge option, what will happen is, whatever the file we are keeping here, it is going to be available 14 days. After 14 days it will remove from the stage. The reason behind that is, okay, let me connect it to our this one. Let me show you here. Let me connect it to our original user. This is our account. Password. Every time we don't want to go with this, then what you will do is go to the profile and then classic UI. It's already available. Let me click on console. Okay. Now if you observe this, this is our original URL. Now if you observe this, you can able to see the files here. See this, the file is available. Okay. What will happen if you don't remove the file from here? Snowflake, what it will do? Snowflake is going to charge based on utilization and then based on how much like data we are keeping in a storage, right? How much what is the size of that particular thing, based on that it is going to charge from us. If you see that, observe this, come to the account, click on the account, and then come to see this usage, come to average storage usage. If you observe here average storage usage, you can able to see database and then stage and then fail safe, right? When it is coming to the stage, you can able to see whatever the file we are going to keep it in a stage area, that particular thing, it is going to occupy the storage. It is going to calculate the storage, so how much storage it has been occupied. That's why for the best practices, so we will remove the file from the stage once the data has been loaded to the table. So after that it is not required, right? So if you feel that it is not required again, this particular file, we can remove it from here by using a purge statement. If you don't remove also, what will happen? So after 14 days, this 14 days, remember this 14 days automatically. So the files will be removed from the stage area after 14 days. The file will not be available. Whatever you are going to keep it there, it will be by default removed. Within these 14 days, if you want to load the same file into another table, or you will think that so this file, let it be, maybe I need it for the so other execution also, then we can able to implement this. Okay, so that's why, so this particular file will be available for 14 days. After that, it will be removed. Okay. Now, so if you come to this particular thing, what we have done, so we have loaded. So first created a table structure, then we executed a put command. Put command will not execute it here. To do that, put command, what it will do, it will pick the file and then it is going to load it into user stage area. After that, by executing a copy command, it will copy into the table from the stage area. This is going to implement the put command, we need to connect it to this CLI. Whatever the commands we can execute it here, everything we can able to do it here also. Other than this put, and then another command is there, that is get. Put and get, remaining everything we can able to do it here also, and then we can able to do it here also. But only the thing is here, everything will be by using writing a statements here. So most of the things we can able to implement it by using a like a different shortcuts. So that is the only one difference here. Now this is user stage, right? User stage we didn't create it, by default it is available. The same way, whatever the table we are creating, the table also it will have a table stage area. If you want to see that, list at the rate, syntax will be percentage and then emp. When the table is available, table stage will be available. See this, table stage is available. Want to see it here also, list at the rate percentage emp. Observe this, stage is available, but we don't have any files here, right? This is related to table stage. Same way, it's a area where we are going to keep the files. So for this particular, so table purpose. So user stage for specifically for the user related, table specifically for the table related. There is a restriction. In the next session, what we will do is we will see how to work with a table stage area. Whatever it may be, when we are loading, is it a table stage, is it a user stage, or is it a named stage? The approach will be the same. There is no change. Approach will be same. So we will use create a table, we will use a put command, and then only the change will be in a put command. This particular part will change. At the rate tilt in place, at the rate percentage table name will come. If it's a named stage, at the rate percentage, at the rate name will come, stage name will come. After that, we are going to execute. Now, what we have done here, just we have loaded one file, right? Suppose in a stage, if you have multiple files, how to load that? If you have like 10 files, how to pick any specific file from the stage? If any file is having any error, so how to cross check that error? how to reprocess it file, and then how to pick the specific file, how to load all the files at the same time to the table. So all those things also we will see in the next coming sessions. So next, like the same thing, so we are going to work for the table stage, named stage. After that, validations. Only the the next two sessions we are going to work with the CLI for loading part. After that, all the we will jump into Snowflake features, the exact Snowflake features and functionalities at that time. So no need to again connected to the CLI everything. So but before that, so we need to be perfect in how the things when you are loading the data into the table, what is the process, how the data will be loaded. These terminologies we need to understand. If you understand these things, the remaining things it's very easy. I'm requesting everyone first 2 to 3 sessions, please practice on daily basis. After that, once you get the a hands on, and then once you these all the navigations, once you are familiar with that, then remaining things will be very easy for you guys. We will stop it here, and then let's come to the chat window for the questions first. Please explain copy command once. Okay, so copy command, what it will, there is multiple things we can able to perform in a copy command, Suresh. Not only just copy the data into the table, at the same time, we can able to implement like a pattern option. And then at the same time, we can able to implement, let me show you here. Here, what we are doing, copy into the table from this particular stage area, that's it. And then we are giving a file format. Not only this, we can able to implement if any error is there, we can able to truncate columns. If any error is there, we can use on error skip file. If you want any some additional information related to that, see this is a library for us guys. You can go to the help, you can click on Snowflake documentation, everything will be available here, the complete information in a Snowflake documentation. For example, we need some information related to copy into command, right? See this, you will get it here, the complete information you will get it here with the examples, what all the things we can able to perform. We can use a file format, we can use a pattern option. So file format, what are the type of file, and then validation mode. Going forward, we will see all these things, how to implement the thing one by one. Okay, so we'll get confused if we use all the commands at a same time. That's why we are going one by one. You can able to see that. So with the examples, we can understand each and every option. So how to implement it, if any error occurs, how to handle it, these kind of things, the complete thing we can able to process. One thing before that, copy command when you are implementing. So maybe this is kind of interview question, they will ask why the Snowflake is executing copy command. Just I can use insert into the table, right? Insert into table and then values. But here what will happen is copy command, it's a bulk load option. Bulk load option, we can say that it's a bulk load option. When you are using insert into table values, it will insert the data row by row. It will take a lot of time. It will insert the data row by row. When you are dealing with huge volume of the data, when you are inserting, it will insert the data row by row. But when you are using a copy command, this one we will call it is a bulk load. All the data at the same time, it will dump into the target table by using a copy command. That's why, so every time when you are working with that, we will use copy command, guys. We'll see going forward what all the options we can able to perform. Brief about user agent
Yeah.
table. Yeah.
One question. Suppose I have some files at the user stage. Okay, so is it possible for me to delete those file explicitly, or that option will not be available?
Yes, we can able to do that.
Okay.
Just we can use rm command. That's it. For example,
Okay.
let me show you here. Rm, the red tilt symbol.
But I think
It will remove.
that will erase all the files, right?
Exactly, it will remove that. So if you want specific file, so you need to mention rm at the red tilt. After that, you can use the file name. That
Okay.
will be that pattern option will be there.
Okay.
So in the next session, we will discuss that, how to execute this pattern option.
Okay. And why there is only limitation for put command to use the Snow CLI?
That is not in
Except,
Snow CLI, that is in user interface.
yeah. Oh, but why?
User interface, but it's like completely, it's like a user interface they have developed in the backend with some other language, right?
Okay.
So but here it is not accepting that. It's a huge volume of the files. This put will not, it is not working.
Okay.
Maybe that is how they have developed. Okay.
Dinesh, one question. So if you look at that copy command, you haven't mentioned the name of the file. You simply mentioned the CSV. Let's say if there are multiple CSV, do we have to mention a specific name of the file there?
Yes, coming to that, if you have multiple files, you have to mention specifically. So if you want to pick specific file, you can mention. Otherwise, you can mention directly. Let me show you the example. In the next session, we will discuss those things. For example, if you observe, see this one here, we have a pattern I have mentioned, right?
Okay.
Pattern. So like this, you can mention. If you don't mention, it will pick every file. It will pick all the files. If you want to specifically mention, if you want to specifically pick the files, you need to mention it.
Okay, I see. So, okay.
Okay. Shekhar, I can see that user stage and table stage. User stage is restricted to users. Table stage is restricted to table level. In the table level, how we can able to see the table level restriction, that we are going to cover it in the next session. You will understand more detail about the table stage. And do you have multiple file copy commands? Multiple files also if you have, so no need to use multiple copy commands. Within single copy command, we can able to process all the files. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah.
One. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes.
I would like to ask if we need to add a couple of rows to the existing table, how we can do it with the copy command or the other one.
So only the so specific rows, right?
Right.
We can able to use in that particular situation. We can use a insert.
Okay.
And then at the same time, going forward, we are going to cover like a CDC concept or stream concept. By using that also, we can load only the specific rows. So from the one file to another table. That option is there. You can able to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Dinesh, is there any specific reason that Snowflake in their architecture they have did this staging area? First, they copy the bulk file and then they read from the bulk file to to the database table. So, what is the specific reason for that?
Yeah, I will tell that. The Snowflake is mainly built for warehousing purpose, right? And at the same time, when you are processing and how much time we are executing the queries, how much time we are utilizing that, based on that Snowflake is charging. Suppose let's assume we have loaded the data into the table. After loading the data, if you are doing some cleansing activities and you are implementing some truncate option, and then you are checking error records and all those things, it will obviously it is going to take the processing charges, nothing but a computation charges here, right? How much time it is running. So the queries, any queries, so it is going to calculate, see this one. So the time it is calculating, right? Based on this, the charges will be applicable. But so the stage area, if you keep the file and then everything, if you are doing in the stage area itself, then after that you are loading, after that completion of the things, then it will not take much execution process. That is the main intention behind that.
Makes sense.
One question, Dinesh. Okay, do we have any kind of role in like means who keeps the track of like money and those things, like means like there should be
Sure. Those
someone
things.
who used to monitor that thing, right?
Yep. Those things, like we can create a resource monitoring kind of thing by using account admin. So if you see account admin role, which it is having here, it will be assigned to any one person. If you come to the account, you can able to see the monitoring here. See this one, how much credits it is utilizing, how much storage it is utilizing, right? Based on that, charges will be there. If you see, this is a free trial account, right? With the account admin role, you can able to see the billing related information here in generally in our organization accounts. But if you try to log in with other role, for example sysadmin, so here it's a trial account, you can able to access all the accounts, right? All the roles. But
Yes.
in our project, you will not have all these things. It's specifically to any specific roles will be there. If you observe now sysadmin, see this account option itself, it is not available, right? Who is having the like this particular role permission, account admin permission, they can able to keep track of that one.
You mean to say in real time we have one user who's gonna check for these all
Exactly.
Hello,
Yes.
Shekhar here. Yeah,
Yes, Shekhar, tell me.
configure, how to install this Snowflake? What is the compatibility and all that?
Compatible, it's completely like a UI, right? So web UI
Yeah.
URL, so you don't need to worry
So
about
it's a free
any
version.
like a configuration. It's a free trial version only. So just it's a, you need to register your email ID and then you will get it. So for example, Snowflake trial version, just if you click on this, you will get this link. See this one, Snowflake trial.
Right.
When you click on this, this is the one. Okay, and then just fill your details. It is a free 30 days trial version. So after 30 days completion, you can able to create another account with the same email ID or different email ID also. No need to worry about for practice. Okay, just fill the details and then just click on continue. After that, you need to submit the other details. That's it. Automatically it will be created. Okay, that covered in the like first session. So you can check the recorded video. You can able to understand the things.
So there will be no any application like that, or
No need to worry about that. No application.
Okay.
Yes, Venkateshwarlu, at least the basic of SQL is required. So you need to understand what exactly we are writing here. Every script, you will get it from the documentation. For example, insert into, copy into, put file, whatever it may be, you will get the complete information here in our documentation. But only the thing is you need to understand what exactly we are doing. So for that, at least the basic knowledge of SQL is required. Present market for Snowflake, it's very good. Yeah, pay also it's very good. So no need to worry about that. Okay, any other questions? We have 10 files and then we have 10 tables or single copy command. Single copy command. So when you are using a copy command, copy into the table from one stage area, right? So single copy command, it is not possible. Single copy command, we can able to load multiple files at the same time into like multiple tables. That is possible, but different tables, it is not possible.
Then, Dinesh, how we identify the table structure and all that?
It will be given by our like a source team who is sending the files to us. So without that, we cannot able to create, right?
So
In
we
terms
have
of
created the stage files, okay, and we have 10 stage files, and we have 10 different tables.
tables.
Yeah.
Okay.
And single copy command, can we load that data?
You can, it will able to load the data, but based on before loading, what it will do is it will compare the file structure and then table structure. If it is same, then it will load. Otherwise, it will throw the error.
Okay, means internally they are comparing the stable structure.
Exactly, it is comparing table structure. I will show you in the error related information validation mode options. We will discuss that topic. Any other questions? Okay, guys. So if you don't have, we will wind up and see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Dinesh, can you send us the notepad or whatever you have command that?
Yeah, sure, definitely. It will be available in the like a folder which the Balaji has shared, right? You can check it there. The complete information, it will be there. Yeah. Thank you all.